Hello everyone, apologies for the slight late start. I just had to sign off a deliverable for work. Hi there, Leaky. So, what are we playing today? So, we are playing today Little Goody Two Shoes. Oh, damn it, it says DLC. Hang on, let me just fix that real quick, because that's annoying. And a copy of this game was provided by Square Enix for streaming purposes. This is a sponsored stream. Square Enix also previously provided me with a copy of the SpongeBob SquarePants DLC for Power Wash. Unfortunately, I've not got one for the Back to the Future, but hey, I was planning on buying that anyway, so it's all good. So yes, I will have to retake the screenshot of the first screen because obviously it's a DLC and it's not, it's a game. I copied that from the previous one, obviously, because that was a DLC. So, Little Goody Two Shoes. I played this or at least I played a portion of the demo because I didn't want to play too much because I didn't want to be spoiled, but I also wanted to have a look and see what sort of game it was. So it's sort of like a... Oh, it's kind of hard to describe. There's like relationship management, but also like little action bits and some adventure bits. So it's really sort of a nice mixture of genres. It's developed by Astral Shift, and it's part of the Square Enix collective, so published by them. And as I said, I received a copy of this game from Square Enix for streaming purposes. It came out on the 31st of October. I was going to do it on my Halloween stream, but then I was like, no, I wanted to do more Quarry because spooky. So it got pushed a couple of weeks. That's okay. This is also out on, as well as Xbox, which I'm playing on, also out on PlayStation, Steam and Switch, and it's currently £14.99 or $19.99. So, let me get the blurb open. It has 40 achievements. 3 people have completed it. We're looking at, 35 hours, probably. 30 hours, maybe. That's a good amount of content for that price. That is a really good amount of content for that price. Hopefully it's not too... there are multiple endings. So that would be why. Which is cool. So dive into a fairy tale. There was once Elise, a vibrant and ambitious young lass with a big dream, becoming filthy rich. In spite of this, the stars didn't seem to have reserved our protagonist much fortune in life. Elise, who came from humble beginnings, had no choice but to spend her days away, assisting her fellow neighbours with menial tasks to make a living. One day, Elise discovers a pair of beautiful shiny red shoes buried in her backyard. What a surprise! Bewitched! Elise embarks on a fearful journey that pulls her closer and closer into the heart of the mysterious woods. So this is giving me very much Little Red Riding Hood vibes. Very much Little Red Riding Hood vibes. The artwork is gorgeous. Hello, Lady Magritte, as well. So your heart mysterious words. Will Elise risk it all for the sake of a dream come true, or settle for her humble day-to-day life? The ending in this tale is yours to write. So, it's a horror narrative adventure game. Okay, well there we go. That describes the genre. Set in a hand-painted fairy tale environment, there are 10 possible endings to fit your choices and actions in the game. There's more than meets the eye here, as you must also manage multiple aspects of Elise's life in the village to stay alive. Remember, all decisions matter in the story. So during the day, you will need to strengthen Elise's bond with her fellow villagers and work to make a living by playing fun mini-games. When the moon rises, make sure to keep Elise fed and healthy and sane in the multiple encounters with deadly foes as she makes her way further into the woods. So it was a nighttime sequence that I played, so I haven't seen the relationship management sort of narrative side of this. I collected some keys and fought some enemies and got a bit lost, I'll be honest, but that was my fault because I was trying to explore. So, Kieferberg is a small and devout village, which means Elise will need to carefully navigate her relationships with the villagers to avoid arousing suspicion of witchcraft and be left to die in the woods' punishment. At night, Elise can roam around the woodlands, a mystical and phantasmagorical realm where enigmas and deadly enemies await as she tries to uncover its secrets. So we've got suspicion, exploration and puzzles, survival and resource management. Through a limited day-night cycle, Elise will need to carefully manage her needs if she wants to stay alive to finish her tale. If there are in fact achievements for dying because your hunger, sanity and tiredness levels bombed out. There are also love interests. Get struck by Cupid's arrow and fall in love with the charming bachelorettes. Ooh, of Kieferberg in this all-female cast of romantic characters. I do apologise. I was getting all excited and misread. Unlock dreamy date scenes and storylines for each of them. Oh my gosh. It's secretly gay. Well, it's not secretly because it literally says it. This is a gay Red Riding Hood game. I love it. So we are trying to get over on our alt account just purely because this has quite... I was looking at the achievements going, wow, there's quite a lot here. But we are going to give it a good shot today. And I should probably load it up and switch over. So achievements will be popping in purple instead of teal, in case anyone's confused. The secret lies in the woods, but look at this art. Gorgeous. Ooh. Sorry. I should really stop messaging people. Okie dokes. So we are ready. So yeah, 40 achievements, 1000 G. And many romance books. Also, it literally has my profile at the top there. So yes, we're on the alt because it gives me a little more freedom to play games without the pressure, and then the ones that I want to, what I can invest the time into, then I can play fully. I just clicked my ankle when I moved there, so that's great. Okay, so modern or classic? So RT sprint item menu or classic item menu sprint. No, I think modern because I'm going to sprint with RT. That makes more sense to me right now. But yeah, there's a little chibi, little chibi as well. But yes, I was like, keep this controller profile. We can change it at any point. Voice language, English, please. It's voiced. I forgot it was voiced because I didn't put the headphones on when I was at Wesda because I hate wearing headphones. So yes, this is kind of like a Studio Ghibli-esque. I'm getting Studio Ghibli vibes. I'm hoping I put the bot on today. I think I did. Did it connect? There we go. Oh, that was clever. I like that. But yes, it's Chibi and Ghibli. My two favourite art styles. Oh, literally the title screen. Nice. Oh. Okay, so the setup and intro. Alright, okay, so load new game settings. Let's just have a look what the settings are. So we've got English, general settings, okay, graphics, audio. Okay, so music down slightly just because I find that it sometimes drowns out the audio. Voice acting, yes! It's got voice acting. Yes, so this little Nightbot message will pop up. Oh, does it pop up on the... Oh, it's Nightbot. I wonder if it doesn't pop up on the thing. So yes, a copy of this game was provided for streaming purposes by Square Enix. This is a sponsored stream. I have to say it like every 20 minutes or something. Hi, Heather! Are you still streaming? Are you multitasking? Mind you. No, you've gone offline. For some reason your background looked like the game a little bit, so I was a bit confused. Right, okay, so new game. Hold to skip cinematic. You jest. This is gorgeous. I'm not gonna skip this. This is like a old school, like Disney cartoon almost, but once upon a time, in the heart of a village, elderly woman ventured deep into the woods in search of mushrooms. And all of a sudden, she heard a loud cry in the distance. Goodness. Cradled inside a rope basket was a cheerful baby girl. Hi, Circly. Worry not, my dear. I'll name you Elise. So, Olin and Elise spent their days together in the village of Kieferberg. Oh. As they both grew closer, so did their love for one another. Well done, Elise. Hi, DX. Not all bliss lasts forever, and as time went by... Biscuits. So did Hollis. Do whatever it takes, Granny. Don't cry, my love. You said you always wanted it. I'm sure you'll cherish it. The candle, I thought her hair was on fire then. That was a bit of an oops. I love you, Elise. Thank you for granting my only wish. It said there was voice acting. Oh well. Okay, so I'm just going to readjust the buttons. Okay, so she was a foundling. And then her adoptive parent died. That's very sad. Goodness sake, there goes my last match.
For goodness sake!
Oh, I'm so tired of this place. Wash my sheets, Elise. Sweep my floors, Elise. Elise, Elise, Elise. Ha, I'll show them. I'll make them scrub my pots and pans, my shoes even. Have them wipe down all my windows, every last one. Clean up my hearth and fetch me some water. Better yet, I'll have them running around calling me Miss Elise all day. If only I were rich. If I were a rich man. All the steak I could ever want. All the shiny dresses. One for each day of the week, with shoes and jewels to match. Maids. All the maids I could ever want. Oh, if only. Well, one can dream. Elise. Oh, for goodness sake. Oh, goody, it's 3 men come to tell us what to do. On your way home, lass? What are you doing wandering about in the dark, Elise? You ought to know it's dangerous out here. You're out here. I'm not wandering about, Mr. Ludwig. I've been working late, if you so kindly believe. You know better than to put yourself in danger, Elise. If anyone's putting me in danger, it's you. I'd be home already had you not stopped me for an earful. Come now, Elise, we've got good reason to worry. All this vigilance, for what? What am I to be afraid of? The witch? Watch your words, Elise. We're not to question such matters. Do say we walk you home. I believe I'll be just fine on my own, Mr. Heinrich. No more detours, Elise. It's for your own good. Lest I come across the witch, I know. Let's hope you don't come to regret your words, lass. Can we romance the witch? 'Cause, you know. Oh, I can't stand these folks. Okay, so movement, interact, run, and move. Okay. Find my way home. Ooh, I best head on home before it gets too late, I suppose. So don't run that way. Okay, so not that way? Walking that way. Why does... Oh, maybe it's up here. Ooh, hang on. Let's see. Schwa, schwa? This thing's so faded I can't even read it. Left, right, Primoldorf, up, Kieferberg Peaks. Little chibi characters, so cute. So we've got chibi, little Ghibli style animations at the beginning, or at least, you know, Ghibli / Disney, and then all of the romanceable characters are ladies. So it's like, hells yeah. Pine tree this, pine tree that. Everything's about pine trees around here. Right, Kieferberg Viewpoint, left, Kieferberg Peak. Oh no, where we're supposed to be going, so we'll go right first. Okay, so not that way then. But yes, hello and welcome to the stream. A copy of this game was kindly provided by Square Enix. There's something shiny there. And also, ginormous grapes. For streaming purposes. Okay, we got acquired 1 grapes. Love it. So shiny, interactive. She said, "It's impossible to keep this lantern lit in this wind. Guess I'll be finding my way home in the dark, I suppose." Ooh. Save often. Make sure you use up your save slots to avoid too much backtracking. Okay. Save your progress. Oh, I can save with a little dove. Okay. Save to this slot. There are 20 slots. Well, maybe 21. It starts at 0. So there are 21 slots. That's cool. Excuse me. I have the yawns. Please do not blame the game. I'm just tired. I suppose I'll have to chop some more wood soon. Just when I've gotten rid of those pesky splinters and blisters. Covered in aged scars, the tree trunk sits bare, its dry surface exposed to the elements. Spooky. So, it's Tuesday.
What in the Lord's name?
What happened here? I got to find the matches. Okay. Okay. Whoa! Did I just die? I was hitting A. Oh, good! Fatal blow. Perish from low health. Well, maybe I needed to hit A quicker. At least I saved outside. That's a good start. We died. Oops. There's a story event available. Okay. The map. Oh, it sounds like a squeaky hinge. Okay, so maybe we don't go upstairs?
What in the Lord's name?
Not moving, but there's a little box out here. I was expecting the little box to have some tinder, something or other. Nothing to eat in this house. Didn't touch Granny's spindle wheel. Okay, we got out that time. You really have to hammer, eh? What does I think? Was I dreaming? Oh. So I think you're leaving it here. Sorry. Do apologise. To light the fire now. Use lantern. Preserve your matches. Careful not to waste them. To go through this junk sometimes. A small wooden trunk filled with various knickknacks. Ah, so there are 10 endings. Illustrated, and for some reason the ending's in your wardrobe. Broken to my home must be out there somewhere. I'm supposed to sleep like this. Shooting in the wind, the glass panes tremble in their wooden frames. I mean, it looked like some kind of tentacle tree thing, so, you know. It's been a long time since I've gone into Granny Hall's room. Not that there's anything to see in there, anyhow. This thing's still not working, is it? Let's have a word with Mr. Wilhelm soon, I suppose. The clock's hands grate dutifully through time, struggling to turn with each passing second. Ah, I can see something did happen. Okay, so footprints and some cushions on the floor. And smashed things. Good grief. What if it's that witch the townsfolk have been going on about? What if you were in here when it happened? It's definitely a burglar. That said, I'm not going anywhere without my broom. I've got one broom. I really like the little inventory cards. This filthy thing, the handprint. There's nothing to eat. Shiny pot. Ugh. Oops, I just accidentally reused a match. Didn't mean to do that. Normal items, food items, key items, lantern, brooch, tinderbox, broom. What I was looking for was the quests. And I've just wasted another match again. Don't press X is the key here. Oh well. There we are, a city that used multiple matches. I don't, it's not, it's fine. Where's my tea? Where's my tea? Let's not wander about too far, okay. Oh, tinkle. Ow. Okay, well if I can't wander off... What did I need my broom for? Am I going to bed with my broom? Maybe that's it. Because I can't seem to find... Does it have a control scheme somewhere? No. It just had move, interact, inventory, lantern. I wanted my task listy thing if I had a task listy thing. In the Lord's name got into my house? Don't know. Front wall purga grants protection to the faithful. Have we been unfaithful? Maybe I'm supposed to... Oh, I put the lantern out again! Okay, select. Oh, there's a back door. Okay. Right. We wasted lots of matches. I am a very silly person. Exit bins since I last used this thing. String of cobwebs and dust cling to the old oven's wooden doors as so soon. Time to be watering the garden, is it? Okay, sweet little garden. That back door was quite well hidden. Okay, so we're going up to a hut. And we're going up to the hut. Why? Because there's someone in there. There you are, you shameless thief!
Out with it!
Give me back all you took! Right
Hurry it up!
now! Please forgive me.
Out with it!
Explain yourself, you wretch! What were you doing in my house? Just hoping there were these men and I won't ask you a second time, thief.
Hurry it up!
Give me back everything you took right now. I should scare please, I love you. Show me your hands.
Oh, but I...
Didn't take anything, man. Now show me your pockets and make it quick. Keep telling Steve. This is all I have, I swear. Coins and weeds? What are you doing up here in the mountains? This is clearly the witch, right? Very scary. I'm a traveller, man. Turn around. You say you're a traveller? Are you all by yourself?
Yes.
Yes, I'm travelling. I hoped I could rest for the night in this village, but I saw some people walking in the woods. It frightened me, so I ran to find some place to hide. Be that as is may, you're still...
But I...
Please forgive me, ma'am. I didn't mean to make such a mess.
Oh, shush it!
Would you stop calling me that?
I'm sorry. For goodness sake.
Alright then. Well, I might let you go if you can prove your innocence, that is.
Oh.
I don't know what else I can do, ma'am. Well, you can start by cleaning up this mess. And then you can...
I'm sorry, I did it!
Yes, that's it. A maid.
Alright.
Listen carefully now. First, you'll be tidying up the mess you've made. In fact, you can clean my whole house from top to bottom. That'll teach you not to go storming into strangers' homes.
I'm sorry,
Complaining already, are you? And wouldn't you agree this is the least you can do?
Yes.
Of course, I'll gladly do it, ma'am. Good. And in exchange, I suppose you can stay here. But no more thieving. I am not a thief, ma'am. I'll be the judge of that. Thank you very much. Anyhow, you work for me and I'll give you a place to stay. Fair enough, wouldn't you say? Does sound fair, ma'am. It is very kind of you, but I am not a thief. Fine, you're not a thief. Now, would you stop calling me ma'am? Do I look like an old hag to you?
I'm sorry.
Don't, I apologize.
Alright.
My name is Elise, and you better remember it.
Yes.
Ah, yes. I'm so sorry, I forgot to introduce myself. Rosalind, Wanderer. Okay, fair. Maybe not witch, but very, very cool hair. My name is Rosamarine. It's a pleasure to meet you, Miss Elise.
For goodness
But
sake.
good, just Elise is fine. Come now, you have a lot of work to do.
Yes.
Of course. Okay, so this is Little Goody Two Shoes. Ooh, we got a boot. Fated encounter. Let's go to the thief inside the granary. Oh, that's a granary, is it? Okay. So yeah, so this is Little Goody Two Shoes. I got a copy of this game for streaming purposes from Square Enix. Thank you very much to Square Enix for the code for the game. I played this a little bit whilst not this section. I played, I think, what is called the night sections. It's like a little dream thing. But I didn't want to spoil too much because I like doing my honest reactions to things on stream, and you can't do that if you've played lots of the demo. Oh, it's very cold. Let me just put the heating on for a moment, because sitting here with my jumper and blankets on, and I'm like, it's actually cold. I like putting the heating on there. It's like getting a warm hug from the room. So I'll be right back. Just gotta flip the button. Oh, right. There we go. It's like jumper, blanket, slippers. That's what I'm wearing. Well, stuff. So, you know, if I've got that on and I'm still cold, then that is acceptable to put the heating on. So yes. Could you even do all of this? Got me feels.
I'm sorry.
Even Granny's plates shits to pieces. Are you a wild bull? I'm surprised you didn't break my windows and tear down the walls. Alright, well, you know what you did?
Anyway.
Here, take this. Make certain you get into every nook and cranny you hear. God damn it, stop calling me ma'am! You're at it, you can sweep the chimney and clear out the fireplace too. Oh, and that stain off my wall and wash all my windows.
Alright.
I want this place sparkling by the time I wake up tomorrow, understood?
Of course.
Stop calling me ma'am! I really hate being called ma'am. I hate it, like customer service. Like, like, this is, like, every single, like, spam call thing will always call me ma'am, and I hate it. So now if anyone ever calls me ma'am, and it's an actual, like, genuine customer service thing, I have to go, please don't call me ma'am. Because the other ones I can just hang up on because that's spam. Like, I'm not a ma'am, I have never been a ma'am, I have never planned to be a ma'am. Don't call me it. Really bad. Yes, and I told you to quit calling me that.
I'm sorry.
Come now, let me show you to the well out the back.
Oh, but
I can do it myself, Elise. Anything to make up for what I've done. Look here, lassie, I have no good reason to trust you. I mean, I do too. 100% Nikki. And I managed to, at my last place, you know, pretty much eradicate that word from being used. So it was great for like, was it 2.5 years? And then sadly it's back. So yeah. Though that one is usually, you know, used at groups of people, not specifically me. So I can choose to ignore it. I cannot ignore being called ma'am. You know, it's always bothered me, even before I, you know, realised I was like agender, non-binary, genderqueer, somewhere around the, you know, doesn't fit into a box type situation. I've always hated it. Maybe that was just me intuitively knowing. I don't know. So, yes. Reminder, got a copy of this game for streaming purposes. Feeling not the best, so we're gonna do like 2 hours probably and call it, which should give us a decent amount of, you know, daytime, nighttime, showcase the mechanics, just because I kind of just want to get an early night and get some sleep. Okay, I want to go to bed with a hot water bottle and attempt to sleep, but probably what I'll do is end up staying up watching TikTok, I'll be honest, but at least I'll be trying. But, I mean, I'm loving the art style on this. Though she's looking very scary in the middle with the shouting. I didn't mean to. Every single corner of this house is to be absolutely spotless by sunrise. I mean, it's a non-insulated cabin with a sooty fireplace. Spotless is a little harsh. Dare to cross me even once and I'll be having a word with the townsfolk.
You hear?
Are we clear? Yes, and I'm sorry. I'll do my best. Be careful not to wake me either. I have Sunday mass to attend tomorrow. I'll keep quiet. Good night, Elise. Okay, go to bed. It's best I leave her be. Okay. Give her quite the earful. No, it's nothing. Okay. We can still go outside, which is just weird. Oh, we should probably go out the front and save. We have wasted way too many matches because reasons. Just, you know, it's too easy to hit X, which puts the lantern out, which then you have to hit X again. So I've like wasted 3+ matches. Oh, hello. We share the same fate, lass. What are you? You will understand in time, I'm certain. You do follow this path, that is. Are you a ghost? You have a wish, don't you? A wish? Your deepest, dearest wish. If you truly want it, then you'll have to accept his blessing, his hand. Huh? We will be awaiting you, lass. We? What are you? Until we meet again. Oh, so that was cool, because I was like, ooh, we got an old kerchief. And a bloop! Nightly whisper. Find a golden maiden. Keep Elise from feeling frightened with sanity healing items or she might go mad. Well, that's reassuring. It was sparkling. I thought it was, like, fireflies. And I was just going to be, like, interacting with it and getting the same thing about the wood. God, like, little hidden thing. I wonder if that's like one of the endings. So I'm fairly certain it said that I could romance women in this, and it's like I am playing this game and being gay, right? That's how we do these things. I don't want any taking his hand. I don't want any men's in this. I mean, come on. I'm only half joking. Now you've done it, Elise. Oh, there's more sparkly there. There was hardly a need to be that harsh, but still. What if she's dangerous, or worse even? What if she's the witch the townsfolk have been talking about? Oh, what would Granny Holly do? I wonder. She didn't raise me to be like this. Even threatened to tell on her, too. What's done is done, I suppose. We could go down and apologise. I'll make sense of it tomorrow. It's best I go to bed. Sonntag. Sunday. Oh, what happened to the... Do we have a nighttime world, or we just do it? We're going to do a proper daytime bit first. Okay. It's probably some story exposition before we actually go to the other world. Whatever that is. It's morning already. There's a little hat on top of the bed. On top of the... I can't be late for Sunday Mass, or Father Hans will...
You can't be
Good
serious!
grief, what was I thinking? She's probably taken everything I own by now. Managing stamina, you use 1 bread for each time period. That's 6 bread per day. Okay. You can consume and use items with the menu. There's something over here. She doesn't take it anything. Collected fireflies. Okay. It's like there are sparkly things. It's like I'm going to click until I've got whatever you've got here. Unless I'm literally just... Okay, so we've... It's a normal item, apparently. Then you grimy kerchief. Bread, grapes. It says we picked up fireflies and it's done nothing, so... Okay. Maybe we're just putting them in a box or something. I'm concerned about the whole... Wow, look at the sparkling! I think she even fixed the chair. Or maybe not. Doesn't seem like she took or broke anything, but... Hey.
Rose and Marine!
Was that her name? Can't believe she tied it up and left just like that. Didn't even give her anything to eat last night, the poor thing. Well, where could she have gotten to? It's no use going in the pantry, is it? Need to eat, okay. Trunk. It makes sense to go out the back, doesn't it? There she is.
Rose and Marine! For goodness sake.
There you are, you.
Elise!
Honestly, what are you doing here?
I'm sorry.
I was intending to leave first thing in the morning, but I was afraid I'd get lost in the dark. Never mind, come with me now.
Sorry,
Taking me to the village? Who do you take me for? Some wretch? Forget what I said last night. Not exactly my finest moment. I didn't mean to be such a brute, truth be told.
I'm sorry.
I did too.
For goodness sake.
I got it. All of that's dead and buried. Now, come. I'm running late for Sunday Mass.
Yes.
Wait for me, Elise. So I feel like maybe there's another menu that I'm missing. Because we get quest log pops up. Like this. New objective. Bring Rosamarine home. But how do I see that? Because that is the pause menu. The sun is very upset. And then Y is items, which is just basically over the pause menu. I'm not pressing X, I learned that the hard way. B is back and A is interact, so nothing on the D-pad. So it's like I really appreciate it when Flock? Quests and stuff go in the menu because, well, I have memory like a goldfish / sieve, but also I will save and then I will come back and then I will forget what I'm supposed to be doing. But also there's some sort of like relationship management with the ladies. So I want to know how many hearts I've got with people. So I'm hoping there's another menu somewhere. Oh, it really is cold today. Definitely want a hot water bottle. Mind you, I jinxed myself last time. Oh my gosh.
I'm so glad.
So cute! So relieved to see you. Aww, where have you been? You know this goat?
Of course.
Of course. We met on the way to Kieferberg. We've been together since. Yes, we were. Oh, he's the cuddliest little thing, isn't he? The cuddliest little thing, you say?
Anyway.
I ought to get going. Wouldn't want to be late for Sunday Mass.
Yes.
Ah, yes. I'll be back in a moment, Flock. That is the cutest damn goat I've ever seen. I have to say, you did a decent job tidying up. You did pretty much everything I asked you to.
Oh, I'm so glad.
I wanted to assure you I meant no harm in it. It kept me up for hours last night thinking you'd...
Oh, shush it!
I get it already, no need to tell me. Here, have some bread. You must be hungry.
Yes.
Thank you, Elise. You really are too kind.
For goodness sake.
You do remember I hit you with a broom, right? Called you a thief, made you do my bidding and whatnot. Most folks would have tossed me right out the moment they found me, but you didn't. I suppose I didn't. Anyhow, I'm heading out.
All right.
Don't wander about and don't make a mess.
Of course.
Denise. Ooh, okay. Pursue your love interest. Talk to your favourite girl when you see a heart above her head. 2. Schedule a romantic date for later. Well, hells yes. Oh, hang on. There's a log. RB. Ah, okay. So it is just a log. Okay. Before you go, Elise. I have something to tell you if you could come meet me later today. What's keeping you from telling me now? Well, it's important, so I'll be in the back by nightfall, alright? For goodness sake. It best be worth my while, you hear? I promise it's nothing bad. We'll see about that. Heck, romantic dates are marked with the thingy icon, the heart icon. Oh, but it's a very cute heart. It's like a little ruby heart. Each date will skip one time period. Okay. So new objective. Right, except that I can't see my objectives anywhere. And that squeaky noise, that is the most evil noise in the world. So it's like, yes, I have a date and I need to go to mass, but as I said, also have a memory like, I was going to say a pancake. No, I have a memory like a goldfish or a sieve. Would you like to revisit the game's tutorials? No. But good to know I can do that at the mailbox. Because probably coming back to this game, I'll be like, I need to visit the tutorials. So, that is a nice thing to have. Though, it'd be good to have... I always believe you should have the control scheme in the menu. Somewhere. And, you know, it should be... You should definitely be recapping as much as you can. Oh, now I have a map menu. Okay. Open map. Ah, okay. There we go. We just needed the map before we got the chores. Excellent. I'm happy now. So, this is backyard. What are we toggling? Ah. So we're toggling description or tasks specifically for that. Okay. Okay, so as long as we have this, this means that that's great, and we can do the tutorial again if we need to. But yes, controls always should go in the menu somewhere, because the amount of times I've come back to a game and gone, I don't know what I'm doing. Celeste was like that. But all is forgiven because it currently has it currently has a quest log. Though why you had to wait for the map for the quest log, I don't know. But I can stop complaining about that now, because it's in there. So, very happy about that. Okay, check your objectives, romantic dates and tasks on Kieferberg's map. And I also get distracted and not go to mass. Nope. Fine. Also, I'm quite intrigued by the whole little golden girl thing that we found, and how it relates to maybe the endings. That was a nice little unexpected treat. Control-wise, it's smart. Ah, it's a little ribbon. Okay. The little ribbon, it's not just a bird. It's a little ribbon. If you see a little ribbon, we can save. So it's manual saving, so we are going to save often. You are, Elise. Come here. Why don't you? Okay. Can you give us bread? Because that looks tasty. There's a cat. Good day, Granny Gretel. On your way to Mass, I see. Anything to keep Father Hands off my back. May have some fresh buns, they'll cheer you right up. Why don't you take a look? The Kuchen's Bakery. What can I do for you today, dearie? Buying? Pretzel gives 1. There are 5 of them. It gives 1 heart and 1 bread. All the bread gives 1 bread. But we only have 10. We'll buy bread. It said that, you know, we lose like 6 things if we're not careful, so we should definitely have some bread. Anything else? Some pretzels, maybe? See you, Granny. You want to eat more, Elise. Sit up. Okay. Pet the cat. Pretend we pet the cat. Maybe Cookie's got a little something for you, dearie. Thank you, Granny Gretel. You didn't have to. Oh, but I most certainly do. To get some meat on those bones, oughtn't we? Not coming to Mass today either. My poor legs can no longer carry me, my dear. Even Cookin takes care of you, I suppose. You bet. Hurry now, you don't want to be late. Okay. Hi, Dan. No, certainly not baking. Need something, don't forget to stop by the village shop for helpful items and spend your tea wisely. Cat. Can't pet the cat. This game loses a star because I can't pet the cat. So, reminder. What did we get? We got a pretzel! Nice! Doesn't make up for not being able to pet the cat. So, reminder, this game was provided by Square Enix for streaming purposes. No, we weren't baking. We don't get to bake, I don't think. We get to do a little bit of farmy stuff. This is very Disney. Some very cute little apples. I swear that tree's got stuff in. You'd rather pet a cat. Exactly. That looks like a church. Keep Muffy well fed. That was an odd little hint that pops up. It loads so quickly that there's barely any time to get, you know. Pretzels are weird, don't get them. Yeah. I mean, this one gives us a heart, as do the grapes. That one just gives us a bread, which we are lacking in, so we should eat a bread. There we go. So now we have 5 breads. And 6 matches because we accidentally, you know, used them. We have a kerchief, but I don't like selling stuff if I don't have to, So, let's look at the map. 10 Sunday Mass, and then later we have a romantic date with Rosemary. Nice. Okay, so if we don't have a quest there, if we don't have a quest, we have a thingy-majig. So this is telling us about Freya and Gustav, who we don't know yet. Let's just go to Mass. Then we might say hello to whoever these people are on the long way. Might be best to seal our windows and doors, old Wilhelm, just in case. There she is, alive and kicking. Made it home all right last evening, I see. I did indeed, Mr. Bernhard. More importantly, what happened here? That dreaded windstorm, that's what happened. I suppose you didn't have it as bad up in the mountains. Oops, the mountains. I certainly didn't by the looks of it. Oh, it was a sight you wouldn't believe, lass. Branches and leaves piled up high against the folks' door. Entire treetops, some of them. Surely that's a bit of an exaggeration. The alleys took a beating, that's for certain. Some say they heard the wind knocking at their doors. Old Jochen said it might have been the witch herself, but... Oh, here we go again. You can never be too certain, lass. Anyhow, I'll be heading inside now, folks. Let us hope for a better night's sleep this evening. May the Lord hear you, Wilhelm. I slept like a dream. Oh, story events. Okay, story events are marked with the storybook icon. If marked by the clock icon, they'll skip 1 time period. Okay. Everything all right, Mrs. Linda? Oh, and would you take a look at my poor flowers? That windstorm nearly uprooted all of them from their pots. Was it really that big of a storm? It was only a little windy up at the peaks. Why, you've seen all these branches scattered about town. You heard Brunhild's roof nearly came off. It was so frightening. I suppose. Sorry. Daisy's just sending me a picture of a game going, do we play this one? And I'm looking at it going, I haven't the fuckiest. Maybe? Open, you see. But yeah, anyway, sorry, there's Getting distracted by the... I don't actually know if we played this one or not. Which is hilarious. What a mess. I won't be going through here anytime soon, I suppose. Okay. Right, that'll skip a time period. With the puppy? We can't pet the puppy! Okay, so there's a save point. No, because we'll talk to these people first, at least. Good seeing you, Elise. Oh, it must have been even worse up in the mountains. It wasn't that bad, believe it or not. Ah, that's such a relief. Yeah, we have played it. I remember one of the game bits. Such a relief. I'm afraid we weren't as lucky. Sadly. Oh, I do hope no one was hurt. We can thank both the Lord and St. Walpurga no one was, but many of the townsfolk got their windows shattered and their roof tiles blown off. What about you, Mr. Heinrich? Oh, it was awful. Our window shutters were ripped right off their hinges. Take all day to tidy up and fix everything. It's like in England when you get the, oh my god, my, wheelie bin fell over. Like it's like very minimal damage. It's like, oh my god, my shutters came off. There we go. Right, sorry. Distraction over. Take all day to tidy and fix everything. Alright, dearest, the sooner we get to it, sooner it'll be done. I can lend a hand if you'd like me to, Mrs. Ariane. Oh, it's alright, Elise. Come now, you two, we'd best get inside. Okay. Can I get distracted? No. Alright, fine. Save. Your beanie blew off your head into the hedge! Oh no! Goodness, Elise, you look dreadful. Thanks. Morning to you too, Miss Bertha. I wasn't certain you'd come today, Elise. Why wouldn't I, Mrs. Odile? These are all very sort of ballet, Germanic names. Elise, Odile. Odile is from Swan Lake. Odette Odile is the sort of the swan and the witch. Elise for Elise. So, yeah. I like that. So, still cold. Come on! Heat up room. God damn it. No, it says it's 22. I'm just cold. Right. Should we have a small breaking out water bottle? No, we'll plow through. Do another 50 minutes. We'll give it another 10 minutes. If it's still cold, then I'll get a hot water bottle. My, Elise, you do look quite tired. Couldn't catch a wink, I'd wager. Frightening, wasn't it? Oh, it must have been dreadful up in the mountains. Not at all. It seems you folks had it worse than I did. My, now that's hard to believe. That was no ordinary windstorm, I tell you. How so, Adele? Oh, I've about had it with this nonsense. She's saying it all came from the woodland, that's what. Oh, Adele, it's no use entertaining such notions. My dear. You'll see, Marielle. All I can see is we're running late for mass. Goodness, what's Kieferberg come to? Ugh. After you. The woodland, huh? Sorry, I got the snizzes. Cold! So cold it's actually making me sneeze. Oh, there's a shiny at the back, there's a shiny at the back, there's a shiny at the back.
Elise!
Good morning, Elise. Well, hello. Evergreen sweethearts. Can we romance them all at once? Like have a little poly group thing? How are you always so cheery, Freya? It took so long, I thought you weren't coming. I overslept a little, I suppose. Didn't get that much sleep last night.
Oh, what can we do?
Me neither, and all because of that windstorm. Not even my little sprig could help me. Your sprig? Keep a tiny sprig of lavender under my pillow, you see. Sniffing it helps me sleep better, and it leaves such a lovely... Shh, keep it quiet, you two. I'm sorry, Mr. Willow. We best focus now, Elise.
Shush it, you.
You're the one wittering on. Oh, dear. Sorry. I'm only partially distracted. I've got a few days off. That's going to be nice. Just having to do a few bits to make sure that I'm set up so I don't have to worry about work while I'm off. Hence signing off stuff and being late to start stream. But hey, I signed off, so that's great. You're the one wittering on, Freya. May the blessing of the Lord, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit be with us. May the hallowed St. Walpurga take heed of our prayers. Amen. This Saturday, we will once again be celebrating our patroness, St. Walpurga. As you all know, preparations for the festivities are already underway. Let us all contribute to the best of our abilities, brethren. That said, I am aware of what transpired last night. Several of our neighbours were severely affected by the windstorm. I urge everyone to lend a hand in clearing out the alleyways. Let us all have compassion for one another in these trying times. Let us trust St. Walpurga to guide our people and keep Kieferberg out of harm's way. May the Lord be with you, brethren. Amen. Next time period. It is now windmill and rainbow time. Oh! Leverkuchen is actually a person! I thought that was the name of the bakery, or possibly the cat! Took you all morning. Took you all you had to get out of bed this morning, I wager. sugary devotee. So probably works at the bakery, probably named after the bakery, or bakery named after them, but yes, I honestly thought that was the cat. Very funny, Lebukin. Jokes aside, Elise, don't I keep telling you to take your apron off for Sunday Mass? I'm certain the Lord couldn't care less, so why should I? You're rhyming me up on purpose again, Leb. Can you tell?
For goodness sake.
Means love cake. Yes. Well, kuchen is definitely cake. Oh, for goodness sake. Well, Liebe is love. Liebling is my love. Kuchen is definitely cake. I mean, Lebkuchen is a type of cake. As far as I remember, this is like very spotty German from several donkeys years ago. I'd best get to work now before it gets late. Don't forget to come back later, Elise. I won't. All my voices sound the same today. Apologies. Oh, it's the relationship menu! Oh, yes, okay, there we go. I can again stop complaining. More tasks available. Okay, so we have help Ariane with the chickens, help Elma with the apples, meet Rosamarine at dusk. And then... Ah, hello. Right. So I think that's possibly sanity there. And then we've got relationship suspicion. Okay. Oh, it just says relationship suspicion. Ah, right. Rosamarine knows no. Lebkuchen, Freya, Rosamarine. We've not got any hearts yet with anyone. We've got 3 of our little ladies. It says suspicion. They think we're a witch? Okay. Check what that one is yet. Okay. This must be Lebkuchen's Bible. Let's see. Nope, I can't. It's so tedious. I can't get past the first sentence. Gibberish. Excuse me. We best send word to Primeldorf before... Ah, Elise, didn't see you there. Send word to Primeldorf, Miss Gustav? We're having folks from Primeldorf lend a hand to the festival this year, Elise. I heard the windstorm wasn't as bad up in the mountains last. Freya was fretting over you like you wouldn't believe. She was? You ought to thank the Lord for your good fortune, Elise. Certainly, Father. Hard at work even on a Sunday, are you? When aren't I, Father? Sundays are meant for rest, Elise. You let us know if you ever need a hand, do you hear? Of course, Mr. Gustav, thank you. Okay, so let's go make a date. See how many people I can date at once. Couldn't sleep much last night, could you? Could you? Didn't sleep a wink. Explains the hilarity. You're hopeless, Lebkuchen. As long as you keep indulging me. So it's my fault, huh? Here you go before I forget. We got a pretzel! Excellent. Oh, you brought me my favourite. Mr. Bernhard said you were rather late getting home last night. Is that so? I did tell you it was almost time for supper when you stopped by. And I told you Mrs. Elmer worked me like a donkey right up until nightfall. Mr. Bernhard was fretting over you as all. Mr. Bernhard can find better things to do with his time, I'm certain. You really are so stubborn, Elise. Anyhow, it's about time I head out. Say, I'll be up Bell Tower all afternoon if you'd like to keep me company. I'll be there, Leb. Okay, we've got 6 time periods in the day. Okay, so there was a shiny thing at the back. Which is... We got a mysterious note. Mysterious note. There's something written on here. Hallowed, Walpurga, sanctified be thy name. May thy will be everlasting and thy grace all embracing. Quenched thou shalt be on this Sabbath of the full moon. May this prayer find its restful place in thy life-bearing grove. Praise the Dendru. The prayer? There's something else at the bottom. Kieferberg's offering lies in the crossroads beyond the maypole. May thy thirst be quenched, thy blessings received. The crossroads. I wonder who dropped this. And can I go steal the offering? Because I am just like that. Because I am naughty. Just to get the notes further. Ooh, this place always brings back such good memories. It's giving me Heidi vibes. One of my favourite books growing up. I've read it ages. Can still remember it. Still in here. Because I read it so many times when I was a kid. And also Chalet School. I feel like sort of getting Alps-esque, you know. Very much one of my favourite sort of geographical locations. Sort of the rolling hills and the mountains and the snow, chalets and that sort of thing. Forgotten about Heidi. But yeah, The Chalet School by Eleanor M. Brent Dyer. It's like 72 books and I finally own them all. Took me years to collect them all. A bunch of them were out of print, I had to wait for them to be reprinted. Got a bunch off eBay, secondhand bookstores. Because I owned like 6 of them or something when I was a kid. So of course, as an adult, I wanted to have the whole series. Yeah, the titular character is called Joe, so of course I love it. But yeah, good memories. This place always brings back such good memories. The fragrant mountain breeze frolics about the rolling hills, spreading its spring cheer all across Kieferberg. As you do. Okay, so that's in the bell tower.
For goodness sake!
What a bore. I think I'll have to work all day until the evening. Okay, so each day has 6 time periods, but only 3 working periods. Morning, afternoon, and dusk. Okay. All goals marked with the thingy icon will skip the time period. I'm guessing we can't do everything, which makes me sad. So we've got help Ariane with the chickens. So we've got to be maybe afternoon? No, we're not afternoon yet. Maybe we're morning. It's morning, noon, and dusk. So if we're meeting, we've got 2 dates. Are we going to have time to do all the chores? Plus, we want to investigate the notes further. Okay, well, first of all, I can't be bothered to lend a hand in the alleys, Lise. Folks can look after their own homes, I'd say. Sparing yourself on a Sunday, I'd see. As a matter of fact, I happen to work every Sunday, Mrs. Lawley. Alright, whatever you say, lassie. Say, have you seen my niece by chance? Lawley? I'll take it you haven't, then? No, I don't think I have, Mrs. Lawley. He's been up to no good lately, you see. Running about begging for food, skipping class. Who knows what else? I see. Nothing a good whipping can't fix anyhow. Be so certain. You've seen what he did to the alleys, Marielle. Oh dear, what are we going to do with you? Is everything alright, Mrs. Marielle? Oh, Dale here is making too much of that windstorm is all. You'll see, Marielle. See, Mrs. O'Deal. Oh, Jokin's right, lass. That windstorm came from the woodlands. That wretched witch. For goodness sake. Better keep such thoughts to yourself, Odile. Townsfolk are already frightened. You wouldn't make it worse. Why, I'm simply trying to alert folks to the... You ought to watch your words, dearie. That's what happens when you try Mrs. Marielle's patience, I suppose. Okay, we'll drop a save because there's a save point here. So, how is everyone doing? How's everyone think so far? It's a little bit different from what I was expecting based on the bit I played in the demo, you see. At least I was waiting for you. Waiting for me? I almost forgot to give you this. We got an ointment. You mentioned your hands were feeling dry, right? Oh, you didn't have to, Freya. I use it right before bed every night. It does wonders for the skin. I put a little lavender in there too. Wait, you made this yourself? Of course I did, silly. That's Papa's favourite. His hands are always dry, you see. Do you have a knack for this sort of thing, don't you? Ah, so I'm told, I suppose. Anyhow, I'd best move along before it gets late. Say, Elise, I was wondering, I'm going to pick some flowers this afternoon up in the mountains. Flowers? I thought maybe you might care to join me, if you'd like. All right, I'll be there, Freya. Yeah, that's wonderful. Have a nice day, Elise. Okay, we now definitely can't get everything done. Gotten into her. So we can't meet two people in the afternoon. You can I used to fill that with water. Okay. Time for work. Cat. Okay, so work gives us monies. We just totally went under that floating cap. Right, cool. We'll just ignore that. Sundays are for taking one's leisure. I'm afraid I can't afford to take my leisure, old Jokin. The festival's this Saturday, at least. There won't be any shortage of work, I'm sure. You ought to look after yourself, Elise. Hedwig's right. We're facing rather trying times, folks. Trying times, you say? That windstorm was a warning from the witch lass. Oh, for goodness sake. She likes saying that a lot. We're heading out on patrol again tonight, old Jokin. As for you, Elise, make sure you head on home before nightfall today. May St. Walpurga's blessings be upon us, folks. What a mess. I won't be going through here anytime soon. Okay. So parts broken. Blocked off. I'm just wondering if there's any hidden pretzels and stuff. There's a shop here. Tons of people to talk to. Tons of places blocked off. So, apples or chickens? Apples might get some food. And then, you know, do we meet Lebkuchen, Freya? So, indeed. And we want to investigate the notes. Which actually, where's the maypole? Crossroads. It said crossroads, the crossroads beyond the maypole. So crossroads, we'll be going back there anyway, because we're going to go... We'll meet Freya at the viewpoint in the afternoon, so... And then we'll meet Rosemary in the backyard at dusk. But we can get one task done, and I think for now we'll do it apples as we're here. No, you came by just in time, Elise. You seem a little anxious, Mrs. Alma. How can I not be with all this rubbish scattered about town? Anyhow, would you fetch me some apples? Alright. Lend your hand, Mrs. Alma. See that? You bring me the absolute ripest, you hear? Only makes me want to bring her the rotten ones. apples do these folks need anyhow? Oh god. Mini game! Okay. No, those are bad ones. Fine, we ran out of time before we got squashed. Oh no, there's a line! Oh god, it's another level. I hate D-pad navigation. Oh, I can use the thingy stick. It's okay, I can use the thingy stick. I see this chat, but I'm currently trying to avoid getting smashed on the head. Okay. 113. That's pretty good, right? We got a B. IBX. B's not bad for my first go. Try again. No, because we got no money. I pass. Look at the little chicken. This will do, I suppose. I would have been better off asking Freya instead, perhaps. Oi. Didn't you ask her then? Well, next time. Cheeky bugger. Titled all that. Okay. Right, so now it's noon. And we need to eat something. Now we have a task and a romantic date, but I'm going to have a quick look in here and see what we can buy. The Bug's Inn. Oh, hello. It's you. Elise, was it? Right, what can I buy here? Matches! Okay. Bandages. Ointment. Ah, ointment is hearts. Okay. Grape juice. Walpurgis oil. Okay, well I feel like I should buy a grape juice. And then 6 matches, because that rounds it. Oh no. It's 1, right? 16. There we go. The font is weird. 15. Okay, we've got 15 left. Sure, that's all, sweetheart. Yes, goodbye, Miss One. Even if you need anything else. Okay, so we've got something to cover sanity, something to cover sanity. We've already got some health stuff. What happened to the ointment? And we should have some food. I've got a mysterious note. I picked up some more match. Oh, there it is. Oh, it's just in normal items. Because it's not food. Doi. Yeah. And that'll be why. Okay. So. I think Freya, she gave me ointment. So we'll go to the viewpoint. And then after we've been there, we go to the crossroads to investigate the notes, I guess. There's so many people to talk to, we can't do... Oh, hello, though, you've got something. Oh, Elise! You don't look so good, Mrs. Dorothea. Have you seen Miffy about by any chance? I ought to make sure she's doing her daily reading. She's awfully behind. No, I haven't. Have you tried asking Mrs. Lawley? Yes, I was told she was sent to the well for water, but she's not there. Oh, Elise, I can only pray she's all right. She does wander off quite often, doesn't she? Won't you please tell her if you see her? Okay. Is that a task then? I don't know, but the well was over here. Can we get to the well? Well, well, well. I don't think we can get to the well. Yeah, I think that's now blocked off the well. So, we can't well anything. I'm going to speak to someone if they've got an interesting quest icon because... Okay, so we're not doing... Oh, okay, there are always chores. Right. Okay, we did a chore. I'm happy with that. We picked up some stuff. And now we're going to go romance some girlies because... Doy, that's why we're here. That's the bakery. I feel like we should definitely pick up some more bread because it is cheeky. I'm buying because, you know, we would eat more, but, you know, we're restricted by what money we get and we want to date the girlies, which means we get less money today. Oh, we need to cross over the creek. Whoa, there's that pattern on that rock. I'm gonna go back. This.
What is
Was this opening here before, I wonder? This place is so stuffy. Diary entry 1. This looks an awful lot like that old geezer's robe, doesn't it? What's this? The miracle of our beloved patroness and Walpurga. After last evening's events, I have no choice but to take responsibility, not only for St. Walpurga's sake, but for old Hull's as well. Huh? Granny Hull? On her deathbed, old Hull confessed all her sins. Among her most mundane missteps, she told me of Elise, of her many prayers to cure her of her childlessness. Yet what struck me as remarkable was the miracle she claimed was granted. That the woodland itself granted her wish for a child. She put it herself. He granted her wish for a heavy price. How can this be? What did old Hull truly mean to say? If this truly did happen, and Elise was conceived by St. Walpurga's divine intervention, but if not for St. Walpurga's blessing, then who is he? Old Hull didn't seem delirious, nor did she lose her composure. And I have more questions than I can answer at this moment. What is going on here? Best hold on to this piece of paper. Ooh, we're getting backstory. I didn't get a quite tattered note. Ooh, that looked like a picture of a...
What is this?
This is another prayer. Hallowed Walpurga, sanctified be thy name. I beg thou for a sign, a testimony to my plea. May you accept this offering, the remnants of thy miracle. Kieferberg welcomes thy blessings, thy guidance. Someone must be leaving these around. But who? There's something else at the bottom. Find proof of our faith up at the peaks, buried within the windmill that once was. This is that old windmill up in the mountains. Yep. Cool. Wow, there's a little side plot here. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh shit. Oh shit, 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 shit. The door is locked. What is this place? A man-sized sigil appeared, chisels into the door's gritty surface, surrounded by uneven scattered crevices. We're getting chased! Nope. Balls. Did we save? What was that thing? Was I dreaming, or I think I might need something to clear my mind. Investigate the notes you found. Yeah, but I want to go back in there. Something dropped. A ritual. Was I supposed to be able to defeat it? I don't know. Slightly annoyed that I missed a thing, but it's fine. Something shiny dropped, you see. Right, where's the windmill exactly? I don't think I can get to it. It was blocked off. Those places were blocked off. Okay. But, progress. There was something shiny dropped. You know me. I like my shinies. Well, that once was. This is showing I can't lift out the maybe I should go back some other day. Okay. Oh, this is a windmill. Okay, right. There she is. I'll spend some time with her. I'm so glad you made the time. I was curious about the maypole, I suppose. Come now, I'll be picking some flowers. Weren't they wilt if you picked them now? I'm still playing with the colours. Perhaps lending me a hand to dress the maypole and Mrs. Marielle and Mrs. Linda, too. Might as well invite all of Kieferberg to dress it at this rate. Why don't you help too, Elise? Me? And you could spend the night on Friday and we could all do it together. I'm not too certain. Oh, it would be so much fun to have you. I'm not so good with that kind of thing, Freya. Huh?
Oh, it's wonderful!
Daisies would suit you best.
Freya!
Yeah. What do you say, Elise? Do you want to stay the night? I suppose I could, but it's alright if you don't want to, silly. That's not what I'm... You don't fancy me much, do you, Elise?
Freya!
All I want is to be good friends with you, despite everything. I do too, you know. I wasn't trying to make you feel for me or anything of the sort.
For goodness sake!
That's not it, Freya. Oh, I didn't mean... I didn't even say anything yet. Oh, but I truly didn't mean to.
For goodness
You're
sake!
It's overcompensating. It makes you seem disingenuous.
Elise.
I'm glad we're friends, Freya. I truly am. But you keep trying to please me, day in, day out. That's not what I mean to do, Elise. I wish you'd treat me more as a friend, Freya. Rather than someone you owe an apology to.
Elise.
Oh, reminder, got a copy of this game for streaming purposes. My little bot thing isn't popping up, I guess because people are being quiet, but that's fine if you're just enjoying the game. So, thank you very much to Square Enix. Using the ointment you made me alright. Meant to overcompensate.
For goodness sake!
Yet you shower me with gifts every day of the week. You don't do that to anyone else, what am I supposed to think?
I know.
That's because I care for you, Elise. Huh? There's a reason why you're the only one, silly. Oh, that is a very bright red. That is quite painful red. Anyhow, it's getting quite late, isn't it? Is everything alright, Elise? No, you seem to have scarlet fever. You're as red as a beet. It is getting quite late. That was a very over-exaggerated glow.
Shush it, you!
What are you laughing at?
See you later, Elise.
See you around, Elise.
For goodness
heart piece. A Liebesbeweis achieved a heart with someone. You'd love heart of every successful date. Check your progress and relationship. You need like 9 of them. Okay, so there's more stuff, or we can go. So I don't think we can do anything with the map because this is blocked off. The other one's blocked off. There are many mysteries. Yes. So I'm going to go back. I want to get to at least one of the nighttime bits so that I can showcase it. I'm getting close to what time I said though. Ah, wrong way! There you are, Flock. Ought to be nice being a goat, huh? Not one care in the world, oblivious to everything. Oh, such a pretty view. And she is.
Rosemarine! Elise!
I didn't know you'd be back so soon, Elise. I still ought to head back to town, mind you. What are you doing standing out here? Oh, just waiting for the stars to come out is all. It's too early for stars, don't you think? I find it helps me air my thoughts. Air out your thoughts, you say? I'm waiting for the waxing crescent. It's important. I set my sight on what's to come. The sooner the better. What do you mean, Rosemarine? You'll see, Elise. I've dreamt about you before. About Kieferberg too. Last night, or... I know this may sound strange, but I didn't quite stumble upon Kieferberg by accident.
Rosemarine.
What do you mean? Do you believe in fate, Elise? Don't know. Never given it much thought. And you most likely won't believe what I have to say, but...
It's fate.
I've always known my fate was with you, Elise. Sorry about that. Sneezing away. Huh? It's too soon to be having this conversation, if I'm honest. I meant to wait until you were ready, but...
Rosemarine.
I don't understand, Rosemarine. Ready for what? You'll know, in time.
For goodness sake.
And what's with all this mystery? Out with it, Rosemarine. What are you trying to tell me? It took me quite some time to make sense of it myself, but... everything's feeling so strangely nostalgic to me. Nostalgic, you say? Your name, your voice, your home, this breeze even. All that surrounds you. So much of it feels like home to me.
Rosemarine.
That's not possible, Rosemarine. It's you the stars told me about, Elise, I'm certain now. Never in my life have I ever said such nonsense, and yet I'm covered in goosebumps. I can tell you don't believe one word of what I just said.
Rosemarine.
I think I'll stay out here for a little while longer, if it's alright. I promise I won't be late for supper. Alright. don't stay out here too long, you hear?
Yes.
I won't. Ooh, pretty. Okay, purple, definitely. Liking me some purple. Do some food. Finally done with work for today. I best head off to Mr. Gretel's to see Love Cookie. Oh.
Elise.
Mac, I brought some bread. Let's settle down and eat. Would you like me to start making dinner for us from tomorrow, Elise? That's not a bad idea in itself, but... how am I to know you won't make a mess of it? The last thing I want is to spend my evenings in an outhouse. I'll have you know I'm a proper cook, Elise. Never once did my sweet granny disapprove of anything I prepared. Well, I suppose it can't do much harm.
All right.
On that note, Rosemary, you're to sleep up in the attic from now on. Can't have you hanging around the granary and bringing all the dust and cobwebs inside.
Oh, but
You clean it out for you, Elise. It's really no trouble. I've had my fill of running around looking for you day and night.
but...
Oh, Elise, I wouldn't want to be a bother.
Oh, shut it!
And I wouldn't want you nesting with the mice and the geckos. You're sleeping in the attic and that's fine, are you hear? I'm letting you sleep inside where it's perfectly warm and... Did you hear that, Rosemary? Hear what? I'm taking the broom. You stay here just in case. Okay. Did we skip a time period? Okay, it's fine. We can still meet Love Cooking at the bakery. But we've got to investigate a noise. Yeah, there's always chores. Ah, no, there was have dinner with Rosmarine. Right. Ah, okay, gotcha. I got people mixed up again.
Muffy!
It's you. Who are you? Oh, it's Muffy. Okay. Spare me, Elise.
Muffy!
What in the Lord's name are you doing here, Miffy? I was out on a stroll, I swear. My auntie's
That's so.
You just so happen to hide behind my house, I see. Who doesn't? You sneak about folks' homes every now and then too, don't you? What are you doing here, Mandy? Tell me right now, or I'll scrub your mouth with soap this very minute. It's getting quite late, isn't it, Elise? I bet.
Out with it!
I saw her, that girl you're housing, Elise. You saw nothing, Molly. She's not from around here, even I can tell. You're having supper together and everything, Elise. You keep your mouth shut, Mubby, or I'll... Don't share some of that bread you've got, Elise. I might keep quiet if you do.
For goodness sake!
Oh, I should have guessed that was what you wanted. Do I have to? Leave.
Anyway!
I want you out here right this instant.
Oh,
Better get me a pretzel tomorrow. Certain Mrs. Loreley has plenty of food at home now. Shoot. Not giving her my food. So mean, Elise. Oh no, suspicion went up. Well, screw you. Don't come back or else.
for goodness sake!
This is the last thing I needed.
I'm sorry,
Is she gone? This could be bad, Rosemary.
I'm sorry.
Elise, I generally didn't see her. I would have told you if I had. Don't you start fretting now, too. Do you think she'll tell anyone? If she does, we could be in trouble. I know, Rosemary.
Sorry,
It's Rosemary.
Shush it,
Oh,
you.
shh, I'm heading back inside.
Yes.
Yes. If he's spying on you, fulfill our daily request for food to keep her from snitching and raising suspicion. Okay, so suspicion is 2. Six hearts. Go to bed? But no, I can still meet Lebkuchen at the bakery. Try and do as many things as I can. Oh, we should probably save, just in case we accidentally, you know, because I'm gonna run, because they took my lantern away again. And keep running out of matches, so. There you are, Lebkuchen. You're a little too happy to see me, aren't you? Oh, I thought today would never end, that's all. You do look tired, Elise. These folks will be the death of me, that's what. Fretting over this witch nonsense day and night. You know they're rather superstitious, Elise. Oh, you're buying into it now too. What's next? You'll sleep in the church together like chickens in a coop? Elise. It's all nonsense, Lab. Everyone's losing their wits. Here's your bread, Elise. Ooh, I got 2 bread. Excellent. Did you make too much today or something? I thought you could use a little more than usual tonight. You need to look after yourself, Elise. Kuchen's always had a talent to figure things out, but is this her intuition again, or... Move along, Elise, before it gets late. I'll see you tomorrow, Leb. Second sight, okay. Alright. So now go to bed. So we did not meet them at the church, so we did not get to romance them, which is sad. But it was one or the other, so, you know. Okay, we'll go to bed and see if the thing triggers. Because so far it's a really nice little adventure game. I hate that you can't do everything, but obviously there's 10 endings, different romances, so that is, you know, heading off to bed. I can spend the night with Gren if you like. No, I meant it when I said you're sleeping in the attic. Meet you upstairs. Alright. The attic as in her Gran's room? You left that goat in the granary, I'm hoping.
Of course.
Of course. I left the door ajar so he can go out and about if he wants. Makes you think he'll stay put. Why bed I made him, of course. To see it, Elise. I'm not going out of my way to see a goat's hay bed, Rosmarine. Up you go. You need to make your bed, too. You'll make do, I'm certain. It's perfect. I'll get you a blanket too. I can't have you sleeping on hay. Why not?
For goodness
You're
sake.
not a goat, Rosmarine. Could be a thief, yet you're trusting me with a blanket.
For goodness sake.
I don't see what's so funny.
Please.
Truly are kind, Elise. I can see that clearly now.
Shush it, you.
Oh, shush. I'd be glad to take that blanket, Elise. I'll get you some matches too. And a candle. Thank you, Elise. It's bedtime now. I need some rest. Good night, Rosmarine. Good night, Elise. Okay. Bed. Goodness sake. What am I getting myself into? First I agree to house Rosmarine. Now Miffy's caught wind of it too. I best make sense of this all by tomorrow. If only I could leave this town. Go somewhere far, far away from here. A place where I'd never have to fret about money or going hungry. Like a castle or a palace somewhere. Where I can live the life I deserve. We're gonna need bread when we wake up. We might just die accidentally because we should have probably eaten. Oh, unless we can eat in here. This is the bit that I started in the demo. Right, okay, we'll do a little bit of this just to show you this section. Where am I? Is this a dream? Hello? Explore the room. Okay, so firstly, we should have some bread. So we don't accidentally die. Where is our sanity? Is that... That's this. We should... Oh, it looks like we should have some sanity. So we'll have some of this. You don't need to use any hearts yet. Okay. That did not really do great amounts for that. Let's just say witching hour. Sunday, witching hour. Okay. It's locked, it seems. Oh, and I bet there's something nice inside too. So the Golden Lady. Rebirth. That's what I wished for. Long ago. You wanted to be reborn? Somewhere safe. Somewhere far away. I went through all of their trials, gathered all of his gifts. And? Indeed, I was reborn. My wish was granted, yet... To think I would end up like this. Wait, what was that? I wonder if they're all her. We got some grapes. And our sanity went down. It's so bright, but there's no flame. The princess's bedroom. Ow! Careful, there are all kinds of dangers. Well, we got a key. We got whacked in the face to get a key. Let's see. Oh goodness, so many dresses. Another key? I wonder what it's for. Got a golden key this time. Dinner, I suppose. Can't say I mind it much if I'm honest. Except that we have a key. Use. It's a long corridor. It really feels as though I'm inside a palace. So we did get hit, so we've lost some heart. We'll have a pretzel next time. Strange statue. Gold crown as down. Crow. 3. It's a snake, that one was. Can't see anything. A blinding crimson glow pierces the window's glass panes, tinting the room red as shoes. Yeah, so this is basically where the demo started. Well, a little bit before. I think I missed like the intro bit. We got a lantern. I have a bad feeling about this. Yeah, so I did a little bit of this room, and then I was like, oh, this is slightly distorted. It's supposed to be. What are those things? There are annoying things that keep on attacking you in this, and that really bugged me. Those. I didn't know what run was, and ow. Different language. Potted flowers. I was collecting keys. One phantasm key, but I kept on getting. So I need like 4 of them. I managed to accidentally duplicate a key because it was a demo and it was a bit buggy. What was it open? Got 2 keys. Key. So I remember I needed 4 keys. It's 2 the candles. Because the candles are annoying, and if you get too close, it'll blow up and in your face. 4 keyholes. There we are. 4 keys. So they're in the 4 corners. Oh, crap. It's gonna go plank. No, it didn't. Got bandages. Now, it's jammed. What's it open? Oh, note. Okay, what's this? The key to one's dream is found within oneself. As for yours, it's in this very room, the core of your innermost desire. Not knowledge you seek, but gold-baked glory. Okay, what I seek is a pretzel. So we have 3 keys. Gone. The door is completely gone. Gosh darn it. Oh, go away, go away, go away, go away, go away, go away. Don't actually know where the other key is. Within ourselves, which makes me think of a mirror. Ah, no, we got some bandages. Well, that's probably useful because people get pounded by these things. It's like trying to explore and not get whacked. So far. Oh, that was just a reflection. it's saying it's gonna be key. Okay. That's me. Okay. Grapes. Now I remember, it's like this is the one where I glitched the other key because I actually have no idea where the final key is. Mostly I'm just trying not to die. So we've got some bandages, we should use bandages. And I swear I got like the fourth key just out of the same box again, you see, so that's why I'm like, I glitched it last time in the demo, so I don't actually know where the final bit is to solve this. And it's really tricky because I'm trying to avoid the candles and my Munson's gone out again. Something on the back of the shelf. I have to reach my arm out to get it back. Reach for it. This is... Yes! Okay, fine, there we are. Winding apparently works. It's a key. That's what we're getting out of him, so let's get the room. We're getting further than we got, but as I said, I didn't want to
This is it.
didn't want to sort of spoil more of the demo than I needed to. Because this is my honest reactions. I really don't like the candle room.
What is this?
Where am I? I must be dreaming. Hurry now, hurry! We're late for his banquet. What are you? Hurry, hurry! It's a spoon and cloak. This is now psychedelic. Not actually controlling this. Tag 2. Oh, hey, we got a bread bag. Nope, we lost the bread. That was why. Okay. But we are in the morning. We will get to a save point. We will save. We will call the stream. Dream. That left me feeling a little queasy. It was a good demo, though.
Frozen Marine?
Are you there? She's most likely still asleep anyway. No point in waking her this early, I suppose. Collected fireflies too. Maybe it's like we're viewing that we've collected them there. And this is the whole endings, which we don't have yet because we haven't even got anywhere near an ending. Good morning, Elise. I would have gotten a head start on breakfast if I knew you'd be waking up this early.
Goodness sake.
Since when have you been up? I was up and about before daybreak. I can't sleep in if I try. I didn't notice you coming down from the attic. I brought the ladder up with me last night so I wouldn't wake you. And the hatch doesn't squeak if you do it slowly, right? I took my shoes off and used the ladder to shut it back up easy. You're smarter than you look, huh? Look as smart as I am, Elise. Is that so? Anyhow, I'm heading off to the garden. The garden? You mean the field just outside? Is it obvious that I haven't touched it in years? I'm working like a dog since Granny Hold passed. But now I have you to fret about too. I can't sit on my hands forever, can I? What, you'd rather starve? Join me as a maid of all work, perhaps. Truly are kind, aren't you? Oh, shush. I'm heading out to see what I can do about the garden. I'll call you in for breakfast in a moment. I got a bread. Okay, we'll see what we're doing with the garden.
Goodness sake.
I've neglected it for so long it'll be impossible to dig. Anyhow, this is no time to loiter about. Okay, we'll see what's going on with the garden. Then we'll save. We got some shoes. What's this? A pair of shoes? How could they possibly have wound up here in my garden? They're wonderful. They're the Goody two shoes. Okay. Reminder, I got a copy of this game for streaming purposes from Square Enix. Thank you very much. They fit me like a glove too. These shoes. They look magical. Look a little bit, it's like Wizard of Oz meets Little Red Riding Hood. It's as though they were made for me. Why would you randomly put on shoes you dug up in the garden? It's so weird.
I did it!
Well, if Kieferbird needs to hear about this. I thought we were going to make some... Okay, well... From now on, it's Missinese to you! Leave Ruby Slippers, I'm done with this thankless struggle. No more being bossed around. No more. A carry life roaming charge is much more fitting for me, right? Every year, no matter by whom or how many times I was adorned, the poverty never ended. Like a rose who couldn't bloom on her own, I was overshadowed. This is psychedelic now. Oh, Ruby Red, who guides my dreams, won't you let me be selfish for once? Make everyone look at me, even if just once. Let me shine brighter than anyone else. I realise I should be singing this, but I'm not. Hey, look at me, more, more! Look at me, look at me, look at me, look at me, look at me! Hey, look at me. Okay, we've gone crazy. We've lost it. Oops. Excuse me. Right, it's definitely... Wow, okay. Okay, we're gonna have to do a thing. On your feet, Elise. There's a save point now if we can get through this. Explain yourself.
Oh, shush it!
What's there to explain, Father? And could you not hear yourself, lass? Parading into St. Walpurga's place of worship, howling and shouting like a... Please, old Jokin. And words of egotism, vanity, disdain for your fellow folk. I've always known you were wicked, you arrogant lassie.
You old geezer!
A witch of old Holskin.
I am not a witch,
Oh,
you...
listen here, you old wretch.
That's enough.
I've heard enough. Old Jochen has overstepped his boundaries. I ask that you pardon him. Yet his concerns weigh heavily, Elise. Oh, I wasn't aware singing and dancing was forbidden now, Father. Your singing was riddled with sin, lass. Vanity and lust go hand in hand with greed, and your...
Oh, shush it!
Does any of this have to do with sin, Father? This old geezer just accused me and my grandmother of witchery, yet... Enough, Elise. Compose yourself and come inside. Your temperament is a sin in and of itself. Very well, Father. I guess I repent for something I didn't do if it makes you happy. Yet there's something I'd like to make clear to you all. You've stood witness to this foolery. You all hold Jochen accuse me of witchery. That's enough, Elise. You asked me to pardon him yourself, Father, and I will. Yet I demand you folks understand this once and for all.
Out with it!
I am not a mere maid of all work. I am one of you. And I demand right here, right now, that you start treating me as such. Very well, Elise, you've made yourself heard. Okay, what the hell? Without a shadow of a doubt, yes. At last, he's made his move. Who are you? An old acquaintance of yours, lass. What? You're favoured by him, Elise, frightfully so. You're clad in his will from head to toe, inside out. And those shoes... My shoes? Those very shoes, Elise, are a testament of his gift to you. Who is he? Listen carefully now, my beautiful lass. Get away from me. Yours is his heritage, his flesh, his ardour. Don't you understand, Elise?
What in the Lord's name?
How'd you know my name? His blessings, his will. He himself is writhing in your veins, lass. Ugh. What do you want from me, you old hag? You must listen carefully now, my beloved. Do as I say, and he will make all your wishes come true.
What is this?
My wishes, you say? Why, yes, opulence, splendor, fortune. Your deepest desire is unlike any other, Elise. I don't understand. You do, Elise. Tell me, what is it you most desire? Oh, this is a very elusive moment. Tell me, is it you truly desire? Me? Speak it, Elise. What I most desire, that's fortune. Fortunate you are, Elise. Deep in this woodland, there is a patron saint, whose blissful word bestows blessing upon the faithful. All that's requested in return are 3 gifts made from the testaments to one's desire. Reach his dwelling with all of these in hand, and your wish shall be granted. A womb, carrier of life. Your basket is to hold all that is sacred. And the tender flesh of earthly desire. And the sweetest nectar to be drunk in earnest. You are to arrive in good company, the object of your affections. You are to reach the gates of his dwelling carrying all 3 gifts. Voice your innermost desire, surrender yourself wholly to his grace. And fortune you shall attain. For such is his blessing and such is your desire.
Elise?
An old hag's tale. Listen to the old hag story. Elise, are you listening? I'm trying to get to a save point. Where did she go?
Elise?
Oh, are you alright, Elise? Where did that old hag go?
Elise?
What's the matter with you?
Lebkuchen.
Oh, I'm sorry, Leb. It's best we let her rest a while. We can sit with you, Elise. Oh, it's best we give her some space, Jacob. I'm alright. I felt a little dizzy is all. I can bring you some water, Elise. As for me, I'll be in church waiting to have a word with you. Don't you start, Leb. Oh, I've already started. Now you've done it, Elise. For goodness sake. Okay, can I please just save? Okay, well, we wasted a morning and now we need more bread. Or we wasted early morning. Okay, I just want to get to a save point. I just need to save. I just need to save. Right, we're saving. So we got a whole bunch of story. We tested out a lot of the mechanics. We've made some very good progress. And we've started romancing 2 of the girlies. But look how beautiful it is. Such a pretty little goody two-shoes. And I received a copy of this game, thank you to Square Enix. And I've got the hiccups. So, we are going to end here. I'm going to go to bed. Though I have at least warmed up. And we'll raid, I believe ID at Xbox is on. They're playing Thirsty Suitors. But we'll go raid over there. But yeah, thank you very much for the oh, hi Acolyte. Hi Acolyte. Thank you very much for being here today. That was a little goody two shoes. Thank you to Square Enix for the code. Good amount of content. I'm really liking it. I want to play it. I want to sit down and like properly play it, and you know, so I will do that later. But for now, we've done a good what did we get? We got 5 achievements out of the 40, 100G, which I think was pretty cool. I think that was a good showcase of the game. So yeah, for now we're going to go raid ID at Xbox. So I have been Jo, otherwise known as Angel SK. I'll be back for a short co-stream with Jessie tomorrow. We're going to finish off the We Were Here friendship. And then my friends are coming over, so there's no streams until the week after. Or at least nothing scheduled anyway. So yeah, have a great rest of your week. Hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. If not, bye. I said I've been Jo. But anyway, you know who I am. Thank you very much again to Square Enix for the code. That was a really cool game. And to Crystal Shift for creating it. Very cool. Catch you later. Bye.